Europa, a young Phoenician princess, was simply minding her own business, picking flowers near the shore with her friends. Zeus, who was watching from Olympus, immediately became infatuated with her beauty, though in the broader context of Greek myths, he was infamously more obsessed with possessing any beautiful woman he set his sights on, mortal or divine. But Zeus didn't approach Europa like any ordinary suitor, he chose a far more questionable tactic. Instead of trying to win her affection honestly, he decided to transform into a beautiful, gentle white bull. Now, this was no ordinary charm. Zeus, as a god, knew full well how enchanting and persuasive his divine forms could be to mortals. His intent was clear from the start: seduction by disguise. Europa, an innocent and unsuspecting girl, saw the bull and felt safe enough to approach. But make no mistake, this wasn't a natural curiosity. Zeus had turned himself into an animal that symbolized peace and gentleness, effectively manipulating her emotions and instincts. As soon as Europa climbed onto the bull's back, Zeus took off, plunging into the sea and carrying her across the ocean. While the mythology frames this as a divine journey, it can just as easily be seen as Zeus taking Europa against her will, leaving her homeland behind. Europa, probably terrified and completely disoriented, was now at Zeus's mercy. When they arrived on the island of Crete, Zeus revealed his true identity, a shocking, overwhelming revelation for Europa, who might not have had any say in the matter from the start. The gods, of course, cast this as a happy ending. Zeus honored Europa, and they had 3 sons. But Zeus's gifts to her, like a giant bronze robot, Talos, to guard her, feel more like a way to keep her confined and secure on Crete than actual honors. The magical dog and javelin he gifted her also raise questions: were they meant to make her life easier or to keep her under Zeus's influence and protection, unable to return home? This myth, in hindsight, reveals a pattern in Zeus's behavior that's more about power, dominance, and control than about love or admiration. He immortalized her by creating the constellation Taurus, a rather one-sided gesture, given that Europa had little agency in any of the events that transpired. In modern terms, Zeus's pursuit, transformation, and abduction of Europa might be seen less as a grand romance and more as an abuse of power disguised as divine privilege. Ultimately, the story of Europa serves as a reminder that many mythological romances were rooted in dynamics of control, and what the gods saw as honor often came at a considerable cost to the mortals involved.